Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you hear me very well. We are going to start the presentation. So welcome to the webinar about CEFAM, International School of Management in Lyon, France. So I am Cécile Maury, and I am the director of the international development at CEFAM. And again, thank you to be here today. I hope. Let me know if you don't hear me very well. Are
No,
you okay?
Cecil, everything is perfect. We can hear you, we can see your screen, and it's
Perfect.
good to go. And we are recording this session, right? Is it okay?
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Today we are going to speak. First, I'm going to introduce to you CEFAM, and after that, we'll speak about the program and specificity of the school. We'll talk about our location in Lyon, France, a little bit, and then we'll speak about the partners in the USA and Canada. As you can see, we're also going to speak about CEFAM Career Centers and CEFAM Career Opportunities with some alumni cards. We will also speak about, of course, the admission procedure and the tuition fees. And finally, we'll finish with the statistics on Indian students in France. At the end, of course, we'll have a session with questions. So if you have questions during the presentation, you can, if you don't want to forget the presentation, you can write them down in the chat if you want, or you can just keep it for the end. CEFAM, so you can see the building here of CEFAM, and a little bit of history very quickly. It was founded in 1986, so we are here since quite a long time. It was founded by two French businessmen, Roger Serre and Jean-Michel Perrenot. They are still CEO and president of the school at the moment. Today, so we deliver an American BBA and a French MSc in management of the international relation. And our dean is Karen Shaw. I'm going to start and show you the campus. It's a video that you don't need the sound, it's music. So you just watch the video and you're going to visit our campus.
Okay.
In the second part, I'm going to talk to you about our program. We have two degree-seeking programs. They both are totally in English. The first one is the track Business and Management. You have entry level at the first year, right after high school, and at the fourth year. This program is a track in 4 years in Lyon, France, possible. There is several options. So the first one is spending 4 years in Lyon if you enter in year one. And at the end, if you stay the 4 years in Lyon, you or your students you recruit, you get an MSc in management in international organizations certified by the French government, and only an MSc. But there is another track, another way to get a dual degree. It's if the students stay 3 years in Lyon and then they live in the US or in Canada for 1 year and they earn a dual degree. It will be at the French MSc that I just talked about, plus an American or Canadian AICSB accredited BBA. So we'll see later who are our partners and how do you transfer to the students transfer to the US partners. So the second degree seeking program is an international relation program, and there is only an entrance in a year, first year. So the students, they stay 2 years in Lyon, France, and then they leave and they go spend a year in the US at Siena College, Albany. It's in the New York State. At the end, in these 3 years, they have an American Bachelor of Arts in International Relations. The students, as I say, in the program number 1, they can also enter in year 4 directly, and they will get. We recommend that they choose to spend 2 years before they get their BBA. They will have 3 semesters, a year and a half at the school, and a internship, 6 months intern. We recommend 2 years and a half, because if we count the internship, because for the students who enter in year 4, we experimented in difficulties with the visa before, when they come for only a year and a half. So we built it for international student a track in 2 years. And I can answer a question about that later. We have a non-degree seeking program, also 100% in English. We call it exploratory program. For the students who enter in year 1 and they are not sure if they want to study business or if they want to study international relations, they can do a semester or a year where they can choose both courses, like foundation courses in management and foundation courses in international relations. And at the end of this semester or this year, they can continue their curriculum with CEFAM and make a choice in the business track or in the international relation track. Or they can just leave the school and transfer the credit in another institution. At CEFAM, what is this particular? It's that we are a very personalized curriculum and services. So you have, first of all, educational courses with personalized follow-up with our director of study and with the teachers. The courses are by module. It's it's built like an American curriculum. So it's by the semester, and the student, they can progress at their own pace. If there is a 1 or 2 class they don't want to do one semester, they can do it the next semester. They have office hours with the teachers. For example, if they did not understand something in particular, they can ask a meeting with the teacher, who is going to re-explain in a one-to-one meeting, private meeting with the teacher. And of course, as I said earlier, it's 100% in English, but also face-to-face. We do not have online courses. It's face-to-face course. Currently, the ratio is one teacher for 10 students, so it's small size class. And we have continuous monitoring. Specificity. CEFAM has a very international faculty. We have teachers from the US, from Canada, from Europe, from India, and North Africa. By the way, our director of study, Dr. Anand, is from India, and she might pop up at the end of this PowerPoint. She's traveling right now, but she said she might pop up and say hi to you. So her name is Dr. Anand, and she's the faculty director. We have, of course, the credit transfer to the US and the Canada are guaranteed because we have some agreement with our partners in the US and Canada since a long time. And they have already validated all the curriculum that we are giving here at CEFAM. So when the students in the 4th year that they want to go in one of our partners, it's there is no limited place. They're gonna get the partner that they want, the US partner or the US Canadian partner that they choose. And so no quota, no limit places to our partner schools. And there is only 2 criteria to get in an American university or a Canadian university in our partners. It's one criteria is the GPA, must be 2.5 or 3, depends of the partner, and the TOEFL score. That's it. There is nothing else. So it's very easy to enter in an American or Canadian school when you study first via CEFAM. So the partners that we have, they are, of course, AACSB accredited, all of them. and you can earn a BA, a BBA, or an MBA depending on what the students choose. The credits from some students, sometimes they are studying in international school, and they are participating in international programs. Some have advanced placements courses. We can accept those courses. It depends of the score and the type of courses. That means if we accept some of those courses, they won't have to do a certain amount of courses at CEFAM, so they will pay less at CEFAM. Voilà. But that has to be analysis by our director of study, of course. A little bit about Lyon, France. I was born and raised in Lyon, France, so I know that city very well. It's in the southeast of France, as you can see on the map. For your student, you can explain where it is. And it's a very good spot to travel and connect with the rest of Europe. As you can see, there is, first of all, the airport with low-cost companies where you can go from Lyon to all of this city, but it's just an example, Brussels, Dublin, Barcelona, but you can go anywhere in Europe. And there is also a high-speed TGV train station in Lyon. From that, you can 2 hours to Paris, 4 hours from London. It's very easy to visit Europe. For what you can explain to your students, Lyon is the second largest urban city in France. It's a big city, it's alive. There's a lot of things organized for students, a lot of discount everywhere for students. And we have a very old history also. It's a 2,000-year-old city, and it's recognized. Some of the part of the city, like the Saint-Jean district that you see on this picture, are recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So there's a lot to visit and to discover in Lyon. It's also Lyon is also has a big economy vitality and attractiveness. As you can see on this slide, there is 175,000 established companies in Lyon, and every year it's about 16,000 jobs created. And the sector of excellence in Lyon are the ones that you see here: health and biotechnology, clean tech. Of course, as you know, probably it's the capital of gastronomy. So food, gastronomy, wine, farming also, digital technologies, logistic and transport, tourism. It's a big touristic town and cultural town also. A few examples of famous French companies that are located in Lyon: Renault Truck, Matern, Saint-Gobain, Schneider Electric, Seb, but it's just an example. There are many others. Okay, what are the benefits for the students who come at CEFAM in France? So as we just saw, they can improve their future job prospects. They also have a work authorization as you should know, but I remind you, with a student visa, they are authorized to work up to 20 hours per week. If they do an internship in France, they are paid. It's a mandatory by law. And in France, for a full-time internship, it's about 600 euro per month. And you're going to see a little later that we have several period of internship in our curriculum. In these cases, of course, if they want to do an internship in France, they should have a good level in French. But they are authorized to do their internship anywhere in Europe or in the world. After the graduation for the students, as you know, they probably already, but I'm just reminding you that they get a visa extension to find a job or to create their business. They can stay a little longer in France. Reminding you that in France, the number of legal hours per week is 35 hours per week. It's a full-time job. And in France, there's a lot of paid holiday. Now we are going to speak about our partners. partners in USA and Canada. As you can see on the map, most of them are in the US, but we have two in Canada, Université Laval and University of New Brunswick. And then you can see the rest of them, but I'm going to show you in the next slide. So we have two types of BBA partners in the US and Canada. The ones who have big, large campuses, and they are in the city centers for the students who like to be in the city, big, huge city. They have three choices. As you can see, that they are the business school from Northeastern University at Boston, Damore McMinn School of Business. We have also Fox School of Business from Temple University, located at Philadelphia, in the city of Philadelphia, and Levin School of Business at Pace University, located in New York City, Manhattan Island. The other category of partners that we have, they are more like green campuses outside big cities. We have four of them, as you can see. Siena School of Business, Albany, New York. Norm Brodsky School of Business at Rider University, Laurelville. It's in the state of New Jersey, near the state of New York, as you know. Menlo Business School, Menlo College, it's in Atherton. It's near the Silicon Valley. This one is in California. And the Faculty of Management of University of New Brunswick in Fredericton, Canada. So we can see again the ones who are in big cities and the ones who are more like not the countryside especially, but smaller size. As you can see, you all know that the US and Canadian facilities and services are huge, beautiful. The campus are, so it's all pictures of our partners. Of course, the students, when they spend a year and they get the BBA from our partners, they get also to be part of the huge alumni associations of those partners. So it's a big, big benefit. And so we are going to about the service at CEFAM the Career Center. So we provide a variety of services. It's done by our director, our corporate relations director, with Natasha Lalande. And she's organizing each year more than 20 workshops to increase the employability of the students. She also is the one who helps the students to find their internship. And we have two kind of internship. One is 2 months, the other one is 6 months. We have conferences, we have networking events, and of course the CEFAM alumni network. So in year one, in the business, in year one, the students, they have to do a 2 months internship. And then after, it's in year 3 or year 4, it depends if they stay or not in France. They have to do the 6 months internship. Those internships are mandatory. This is really important because before to go get a job after graduation, they need to have an experience. We have also a platform with job offers. So each student can benefit of an individual guidance, and it's usually with Natasha and with Anu Gomez also, another person in our staff. Okay, like I said, the internship are paid. So I wanted to talk about the CEFAM Alumni Network. So the students who are going to do the dual degree will be part of the CEFAM Alumni Network and part of the other partner network also. So there will be 2 alumni network if they do the dual degree. So as you can see, we have alumni in more than 70 countries. They have a completely different job, as you can see, head of accounting, for example, human resource manager, but there's a lot of different positions. And we're going to see now more details about this alumni. This is alumni card that we are made, and this is our students, some of our students that I show you what they do now. So Alia, who is from Nigeria, he is from Nigeria. He had done CEFAM plus Siena College. And he graduated in 2019. And at the moment, you can see he's an audit and assurance senior at Deloitte company in of course, the finance sector, New York City, and you can see the level of salary also. At the right, you can see Alexandre Card, who is French. He had done the 3 years in CEFAM and 1 year in Temple. And today you can see that he's in the sales sector in New York also, as an associate manager, retail operations and project. More alumni from Colombia, Santiago today. He has done only CEFAM. When I say only, he has done the 4 years in France. And today he is in Venezuela, working as an off-trade channel executive. And you can see that he has a very interesting salary. And Lola, who is from France, she did CEFAM and PACE, double degree, and she works in the marketing sector, marketing account manager today in New York. Two last example of what our alumni, who are our alumni. We have Ayelen, and Ayelen is in Paris, junior credit officer. She's from Argentina. And Mathilde, a French student who did the double degree, CFM and Temple. She's in Philadelphia, and she works in the French company Saint-Gobain, financial analyst. What do we do to apply at CFAM? So what you have, very important things that you have to explain to the students to follow all these steps. It's very important. So it will be a procedure online. And before to start the procedure online, they need to prepare their document, passport copy, an ID photo separated from the passport. That's for the student card later. If they are entering in year 1, we'll need the grade 11 and grade 12 transcripts. And later, we will need, of course, the high school diploma. It is mandatory. We will need to have it. But we know that they don't have it usually before June. So we wait for them to have it. They can enroll without the high school diploma, and later they give it to us. If the student is applying for year 4, we will need the entire university transcript, year 1, year 2, year 3. So when they are prepared this document, they can fill out the form online. There is the Apply Now button on our website, and I send the admission link also to Deepa. She can give it to you.
Sure,
So
sure.
this, yeah, she's so the students start with online. They have to choose. We have 3 forms. When they start, they're gonna see 3 forms. They have to choose the number 1, and please precise that to them, because number 2 and number 3 are for different kind of students, studio abroad students. So it's not the same kind of form. So all of the students are coming as degree-seeking students, year 1, year 4, they need to choose the form number 1. Remind them that, please. So they have to pay, usually they have to pay 140 euro admission fee. But because we have an agreement with Join in Campus, we give all of the students you will be recruiting for Join in Campus a 50% discount. So they will pay 70 euro instead of 140. After that, when I'm done with this first part, so the form online and the paid tuition admission fee, they have the entrance exam. The entrance exam is a motivation interview in English with the dean of the school or an American teacher. It's about 30 minutes long. The students have to explain why they choose CEFAM, why they choose this program particularly, what are their study project. They have to be very precise about why this school and not another. We want to know exactly what's their motivation. And they will receive also that, so that can be done remote. And it's a link that we send. It's a Visio a conference. But they have also written and listening tests. It's also remote test. They will have to, it's all in English. It's listening and written test for in the English language, but also for the logical part, how they think. We want to see, how they analyze a situation, a case. Number three, once they have done that, if they are accepted within 8 days, they receive an email saying, bravo, you are accepted or not. If they are accepted, we are going to send the student a letter of acceptance, but also I did not write it, but also a student contract. So the first thing for them to do to be sure to have a place secure at CEFAM is send the student contract back and signed by the student and pay the 3,000 euro deposit. Once they have done that, they are sure to have their place in the school. Of course, the deposit is a deposit. So when they arrive in the school and they will have to pay their first invoice, the 3,000 euro are deducted from the tuition fees, of course. So at this moment, they receive the enrollment certificate and all the paper that they need for the visa. So there will be an enrollment certificate, an attestation for the accommodation also. That is very important that they give these two documents to the Campus France, to the French government for the visa. And so they can start the procedure. We send also, how can I say that, a document that explains them step by step how to start the procedure. And if they follow that document that we send about the visa procedure step by step, they will have no difficulty. I think our document is clear. We have made that for the student. At the same time, they have to do the search for accommodation. And we also send the students a list of residents that we have selected. And some of them are partners also. And they have all the contacts, the price, they have pictures, they can go on the website, they can check if they have the address, they know where it is. So that document, the list of residents that they receive, is going to help them a lot to find the accommodation. Also, deadline for the fall intake. So if they want to arrive and start in September, there is two things you should know and explain to the students. The sooner the better. Places are limited, but also it's always the minimum time to get a visa from the start. When you start to send the document online, it's 3 months and sometimes it's 4. So, and we do not, CEFAM do not accept late arrival. We can tolerate a week late, but that's it. So if they don't have the visa on time, we cannot accept them. So make sure to insist near the students to do the paperwork as soon as possible. It's very important. So we suggest that they start as soon as possible, but not later than May 1st. That means they have to do the admission procedure before and finish it before. Alors, we have an early bird discount until the March. It's next week. So we'll see. I see with with joining campus management if we're gonna push it a little bit. It's a 5% discount on the first semester tuition fee. It's always good to take.
Okay.
But yeah, sorry. Yeah, go ahead. You want to
Uh,
speak?
the early bird discount is 5%, right?
It's 5% on the first semester tuition fees. We can discuss together to push the date a little bit. That
Okay.
means usually they have to secure their place and give the student contract and the deposit before the deadline. That's the deal to get the early bird. If you're, we can discuss about pushing the date. That's maybe the most important slide for today, because we had experienced a lot of visa denied in the past with Indian students. French government are very strict. And so there is 3 criteria that you should keep in mind all the time and select the students with those criteria. The first one is the age. For a student who wants to enter in year 1, it should be 18 to 20 years old. And for a student entering year 4, it should be between 22 and 25 years old. We had the case several times of students that are 28, they are 27, it doesn't work. It is visa denied. It's just the way it is for French government. This is not the CEFAM decision. This is the Campus France. So check out the age and check out the finance also. When they apply for the visa, Campus France is asking to have the money to cover the first year completely for tuition fees and accommodation and food on the account of the students. And they have to prove and show that. So before to start your work, to work with the student and enroll him, it's a lot of energy and work for you guys. First question before you need to ask in a way or another, and ask if they have enough finance to do to enter in the school and show the French government they can finance. It's very important. Third criteria is the English level, especially for the ones who enter in year 4 will need a score 80 at TOEFL for the TOEFL, sorry, and number 6 for years. That means it's like almost advanced level. For the first year, the people who arrive just right after high school, it can be a little lower because the classes are less technical at the beginning, so it's less hard. But for year 4, they need to have this level of English. You need to check this criteria before you do all your work recruiting a student, because if they get a visa denied, a refusal, it's a waste of time for the students and for you. Tuition fees. So I didn't put all of the years. I just put the main information, but you can see on the business track and on the left, the price of the first year for 25, 26, and the price of the fourth year. Between the two, it's less second year and third year. Second year is 9,480 and third year is 5 something. It's because we invoice the students by the classes they take. When there is a lot of classes and an internship, it's more expensive. For the fourth year, when they leave for the US, it's not an exchange program. So they have to pay. It's an agreement since they get a degree in the US, and they have to pay the American partners or Canadian partners. It depends of which partner the student choose. It's ranged to what you see, $37,000 to almost $100,000. Depends on the university. Almost all our partners offers scholarships except Northeastern, and they are good scholarships. And they are, of course, you must have a GPA of 2.5 minimum to have a small scholarship. But if you have a better GPA, you get more money. In Canada, you can see the tuition fees are less expensive, and the university as good as the US university, IACSB accredited. On the right side, liberal art international relation degree. You can see the price in Lyon for first year and second year, and year 3. Since it's only one partner, we have the price. It's 48,400. We put it in euro. You get some scholarship from Siena. You can see the range of price. It depends of the GPA. The better GPA, the better amount of scholarship. Now I've done this slide to you, and you can explain that to your students. for the ones who are interested to have an American degree, it's very interesting. I've done the comparison between the students who will do CEFAM and Menlo. Menlo is one of our university partner. So on the left side, the students who do the 3 years CEFAM and the 1 year in Menlo, California, I've put all the price here. They get the scholarship here. It's only with a 2.5 GP. It's very achievable. They pay this price, almost less than 50,000 for 4 years, and to get a double degree, master, French master, and BBA, an American BBA, not a European BBA, an American BBA, which is recognized everywhere in the world. So for that price, when they do it, if they don't go through CEFAM and they go directly to register to an American university, well, the price, you can see the price here, the total price, and Menlo is not one of the one of the most expensive university. It's very reasonable, but at the end they have to pay that price, almost $250,000. So the delta, you can see how much they save money when they go through CEFAM. They save a lot of money and they get an American BBA or MBA. We'll talk about the BBA later if needed. So just wanted to show you that. And one more slide before we have questions. I wanted to show you the price about the statistic about Indian students. Indian students in France in 23-24, they were almost 8,000 Indian students in France. And in the last 5 years, it's a plus almost 40%. As you can see, the number of Indian students that are institution in France, this is the Campus France statistic that I took. You can see that the students, Indian students, they go first in business schools like ours. 60% of Indian students go in business school in France among the 8,000 students, Indian students. And after that, the second number is the universities, 21%. So just let you, and as you can see, since 2018, it's increasing except in the engineering school. There is less people for some reasons, but anywhere else is a plus 80% in business school. It's very, very, very important to see that. So you have a market. They want to come and study business in France. So
Right. It is a good analysis, actually.
yeah. So if that's my contact, and if you want my contact, you can ask. But so now it's time for questions. Alors, let's see if we have a question in the chat. I'm gonna stop to share the presentation. Chat. Let's, for some reasons. Oh, just trying to go in the chat. But if you want to also ask your question verbally, you can. Trying to find a way to enter in the chat. Voila. The chat. So, which nationality is Alexandre working in USA? It was a French student. To answer the question, it was a French student. And Lola working in New York. Are they H-1B visa with? Oh my God, early visa. I will answer this question. I think they live, when they are students, they live on a G1, but when they study, I'm asking no, so the student, when they leave to the US, they get a F1 visa when they are students. And after that, when they work, yeah, so they, on the F1 visa, they can have an OPT, authorization of work, and from this status they can switch to H1B visa after that. So I hope I answered this question. It was James, if I answered the question to you. Ensuite, undergraduate student, do you accept 3-year gap? I'm not sure I understand the question. Meaning that someone who finished high school and then went to work for 3 years and come back to the study, I suppose. I am not sure about that, because after that, I think they might be too old to apply for first year. So if you have a student in this case, just send the transcript and we'll let you know. We'll do case by case. Before they apply, just send their situation, diploma, resume, and we tell you if this person can apply or not. Because if this person does 3-year gap after high school, I'm not sure the age range is good anymore. James, is it possible to get one H-1B visa with $60,000 I guess so. Yes, it's very less salary for H-1B. Yeah, it's H-1B is not a question of salary. My colleague says, she's right here with me. Yeah. I have been told that it depends of the company for the H-1B and the salary. Okay, what about the stebacks? Can you explain to me what you mean? Stebacks. What are the tuition fees for the master program? The CEFAM manager in international organization, Master of Science from CEFAM, the French diploma. There is the 3 years I show you, but the last year it's 13,560 euro for the year 4, and I give you again the price if you need for the rest of the years. Do they accept 3 years diploma for master? So let's see, CEFAM. Yeah, so at the CEFAM, we will, if you want to enter in year 4 at CEFAM, we need the 3 years transcripts. And as I said, if you never done business before, it's going to be 2 more years at CEFAM and internship, 6 months internship to get the master. If we do a year and a half, you probably going to get, it's what we were doing before, get a visa denied because French government in India they don't give they how can I say that? They don't give easily a visa for less than. What facilities in high school are acceptable for bachelors in liberal arts? Faculties, sorry, in high school acceptable for bachelor of liberal art. Well, if you enter in the year 1, we accept all of the high school diploma because at the year 1, you're going to have fundamental basic courses. And so we accept all the high school diploma. So no problem. For the recording question, of course, I'm sure Joining Campus is going to send you the recording. Don't worry about it. Alors, do medium of instruction works instead of English proficiency? I'm not sure I know that medium of instruction things, but don't worry. In the motivation interview and the written test that you have, we are going to see if you have the level or not in English. So if we consider that you'll know. Just have to do the motivation interview.
So we
Can
can submit the application without a IELTS scorecard, right?
Without the years or the you mean without the years or the TOEFL?
Yes. Without the scores of IELTS and TOEFL, we can submit the application because in the interview itself, we will be checking, right?
Yeah, well, we prefer to have a IELTS or
Okay.
TOEFL.
Okay.
If for one reason, exceptionally, the person cannot have it right away, we'll do the interview, we'll do the admission procedure, and we'll check his English level for sure. But we do need, if they have it, the TOEFL or the IELTS. Now, if it's not possible because they don't have any center for IELTS or they cannot do it for some reason, let me know and we'll do the admission. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And can I ask, can student OPT for scholarship? I'm not sure I understand. Can I ask a question through speaker? Yes, of course. So James, you want to ask your question? Go ahead.
Hi.
Hi.
So my question is, right, if a student joining on the France, then second year or third year or fourth year, he presumed to get visa in America.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, by chance he or she didn't get the visa for America, then what she or he have to do? She have to be continuing the France. Do you get my
He
question?
can, yeah. I totally understand your question. So they choose if they want to go or not to the US in year 3, and from there, they're gonna the school help them to do everything they need to do. I'm not sure we had. Let me ask my colleague. Did we have visa denied in the US before with the students? No, we do not, because how can I explain? Our partners are with us since years. This is agreement that are historical, and they are recognized by the US embassy. So they all have their visa. But if never it will happen, because there is a lot of, and this question is very interesting, because there is a lot of changes in America, in the US right now. Yeah, if
Yeah.
never, with the new
Let,
president.
let, let
But
me let me let me come to the main point, right? The F1 visa is not 100% guaranteed visa. If you are applying the F1 visa, F1 status visa, okay, if they approve the service or I-20, anything if they issued, right? If a student went to the consulate, right? The visa officer is not sit there to give the visa. They will check the applicant if they are eligible with the confident lack of words. If they are doing the right way of the interview, they will get the visa. Otherwise, it's not 100% a guaranteed visa.
yeah. But until now, my colleague says nobody had a visa denied for the US. And if never it happens, I answer your question. The person can stay at CEFAM and will have the French master degree. Doesn't leave the school without a degree. And
Okay.
with the French master degree, can work anywhere in Europe, in
Okay.
France, can also apply in other school for a master in Europe and in
Right.
France. So the door is not closed. There isn't,
What about
options.
this scenario? If the student is finished their studies in America, or they can apply for the OPT.
They can apply for OPT, but not with all the partners.
OPT is the
Oh,
possible.
yeah. All the partners, they can do the OPT but they have to earn their diploma of
Okay, the
course.
OPT comes for the was 12 months or 36 months? STEM program or just 12 months
OPT,
back?
6 months or a year you want to do the OPT?
Now, I was asking about the OPT is
Oh,
like in the non-STEM category, it's 12 months. If it is STEM category, are they approving for the 36 months? 6 months. I mean, like 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah, because the fee structure is really very high.
Yeah, it's if they do a
Compared to
yeah, I see what you mean. My colleague says it's when they do the major with, yeah, engineering and math. They have courses that are required mandatory if they want to have this OPT 3 years, like engineering and math.
the all the STEM program, STEM, Science, Technology, Engineering, Maths program will get 3 years.
STEM program.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
about
They have the
any other
1 year OPT,
scholarship?
and they ask for the 2 years
Okay.
extension after. Yeah.
So, what about any other scholarship based on the merits?
On the what?
Merits, if the student have like good GPA,
Yeah. Yeah.
they can
At
get
CEFAM. Yeah.
at CEFAM, they
It's
will get additional, right?
They have one. They have already a small scholarship, except at Northeastern. Northeastern does not, but the other ones, they will have a GPA at 2.5. 2.5, they get the scholarship. Of course, they have to pass all the courses at CEFAM also, um, without exception, and they have to do 2.5 already. They have a scholarship. If they have 3, they have a better scholarship. If they have 4, this is bingo. They have a huge scholarship. So yeah, they'll get a scholarship, except for Northeastern again.
Thank you
Sorry
very
about
much for
that.
your
And
answer.
it's the most expensive one. Sorry. But I think they have a lot of students. So
Okay, thanks for
anyways,
your valuable time and clearing my questions. You have a wonderful day ahead.
you are very welcome, and see if they have other questions. I think that's it, unless I've skipped someone. But at this moment, if you have a question, you can open your mic and ask me, or we are done.
Session, like I think that we can end the session now because it is almost more than an hour. And if any more questions we will be having from any of our agents, then we will surely get back to you. And I will be
Yeah.
waiting for the PPT as well, okay, for the session which you just delivered, so that I
Yeah.
can share with everyone. And
Yeah.
I would like to thank you for your time today. Thanks for sharing your views and all the details for CEFAM. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, everyone. It was a pleasure to talk to you. And yeah, do not hesitate to contact me through Joining Campus for any questions, precisions. And if I wish you a wonderful day.
Same to
Bye-bye.
you, sister. Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.